Hi guys, David and Jocelyn here from our kitchen so that we can talk about something fun coming up called the Open.
What is the Open exactly?
So the Open is an online worldwide competition that has been put on by CrossFit every year since 2011. And it's the first stage of qualification to get to the CrossFit Games. So they call it the Open because it's open to anybody in the world to throw their hat in the ring to participate in the first stage of CrossFit as a sport. So let's talk about what is it, when does it start, how does all this work?
So this year it's going to start on March 11th. In previous years, it was a 5-week event. Every week they would release a different workout. This year it's only 3 weeks. It's been a crazy year with COVID, so they're trying to make it as inclusive as possible. There's a lot of people in different situations, so they're trying to take care of all those people. So in previous years, there was only a couple of different options. This year you have an RX division, you have a scale division, and then you have a foundations division. So even if you've barely ever done anything with CrossFit, or you're brand new or unsure, you can still participate. There's different masters categories. There's even an adaptive athlete class this year. They're even doing an equipment-free at-home version. So there's plenty of different options. So let's talk about how it works at Bria. What are we gonna do?
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do this year. We're in a bit of a different situation because of COVID. In previous years, we've done a Friday Night Lights event, and it's been a big fun community thing. Unfortunately, given the limit of only 8 people working out at a time, we're not able to do our big fun community event. But what we're gonna do is the workout of the day on Fridays for those 3 weeks starting March 12th will be the CrossFit Open workout. So we'll find out what it is Thursday night. We'll post it as the WOD. The classes will be scheduled longer, and there will be 16 spots in each class. And so when you come to any class on Friday for those 3 weeks, you are doing the Open. Whether or not you paid your money to CrossFit to actually register, you will be both doing one of the versions of the workout and acting as a judge for someone else. So only 8 people will be working out at a time. The other 8 will be acting as the judge or the counters. And then we'll take a little break, we'll warm up, and then we'll switch places so that you'll fulfill both roles as both the athlete and the judge. Like David said, there's RX scaled and foundations versions of the workout along with equipment-free versions for those that don't have access to a gym right now. You don't have to stick with one. It's not a division that you enter when you sign up. Each week you get to pick which version of the workout you're gonna do. So you might be able to do the RX version one week, and then the next week it has something in it that you can't do, and you might pick the scaled version. So each week you have your options. And this year they're trying to release as many inclusive options as they possibly can. So you would, if you're coming to work out on a Friday for those 3 weeks starting March 12th, you will need to be comfortable judging someone else and being judged by another person. Being judged in the Open is my favorite thing of the year because I can just turn my brain off and go, and someone else counts the reps for me. Let's talk a little bit about the role of the judge in the Open. What are they supposed to do?
So the judge's main role is to make sure that the athlete did the work the way it was meant to be done. So you're going to be watching range of motion. You don't have to critique their form. You don't have to yell if you don't want to. You don't have to coach them through it. You basically just have to count their reps and make sure their range of motion is done to the full extent. A lot of people are super intimidated when they first start doing that. Remember that the best response when somebody has to no rep you is to say thank you, because they're making sure you're getting a better workout, you're doing a better job. So we don't want to go into it being intimidated or afraid. We're all still friends. It's all just for fun. Matt Fraser is retiring this year, so who knows? Maybe I will win the CrossFit Games this year, but highly unlikely.
So the role of the judge isn't to be a cheerleader.
Yep.
It's only to verify that the workout was done accurately.
Yes. Range of motion, correct reps, correct weights, etc.
If you are judging your friend and they're not squatting low enough, are you being mean if you give them a no rep?
No. You're doing them a favor. You're holding them to high standards, and they're going to thank you for it.
So CrossFit's releasing RX scaled foundations and equipment-free versions of the workouts. What are we looking at for the workouts that do involve equipment?
They're actually going very limited this year. All we need is a pull-up bar, a barbell instead of plates, a single dumbbell, a box, and a skipping rope. So no rowers mentioned, no bikes mentioned, No wall balls mentioned, so it should be quite the year for Jocelyn.
Okay, so how do you sign up?
To sign up for the Open, you go to games.crossfit.com, you register, you pay your $20 fee, and you join your CrossFit Brio team. You have until March 15th at 6 p.m. to actually sign up. So if you want to just see what the workout is and decide whether you want to put your name on the leaderboard or not, that's totally fine. But we encourage everybody to take part because it's a lot of fun. Now, what happens if somebody can't make it to one of those Friday workouts?
So the Open is just for fun, and we're setting aside all day Friday for those 3 weeks of the Open to come into any class all day on Friday to get the workout done. If you absolutely cannot make it on a Friday, we don't offer any, redo or makeup times. The only time available would be like an open gym. Monday mornings, there's open gym from 10:15 to 11:30, and you would have to bring somebody with you to be your judge in that case. If you do the workout on a Friday and you don't like your score, what happens then?
You are shit out of luck.
So our policy at Brio is we don't do redos. The Open is the first stage of qualification for the CrossFit Games, and it's where our journey to the CrossFit Games ends for all of us. So we like to consider the Open to be our own, competition of the year, especially this COVID year. It's really our only opportunity. So we want to treat those Fridays as game day, and if you have a workout and you don't like how it went, you just have to live with it. And if you wish you would have lifted more, wished you would have tried harder, you need to let that fire fuel you to train harder for the rest of the year so that you don't feel like that the next round of the Open.
Make you a deal. If you're in second place in the world, we'll let you try again to get first.
Okay, so we said the Open is the first stage of qualification for the ultimate goal being to make it to the CrossFit Games. So what happens after the Open? What's next?
So after the Open, the top 10% in each continent will be invited to participate in the quarterfinals, which is another online qualifier done in April. There's an unknown number of workouts that will have to be done within a weekend. And that's when you're going to see more equipment needs. You're going to need a rower probably, you'll probably see medicine balls or rings or other things that aren't involved in the regular Open.
Yeah, Dave Castro said for the quarterfinal events, you'll need access to a typical fully equipped CrossFit gym. So that's where we'll see more of those things coming out.
Yeah.
So the top 10% in each continent, so we're part of North America, will get to advance. So the number of people that advance to those quarterfinals is just based on how many people are registered. So if there's 200,000 people registered in North America, 20,000 of them are going to be invited to do that quarterfinal online competition in April. From there, a certain number of people will qualify to go to semifinal events, which are going to be held in person. And CrossFit has designated, I think, 10 semifinal events around the world. And from there, people will qualify to go to the CrossFit Games that will hopefully take place in person in Madison in the summer, in August. Canada has been designated one of those sanctional events, the Atlas Games that happens in Ontario. So yeah, something to look forward to. Okay, so we're looking forward to a fun year of the Open, Fridays, starting March 12th. If you're signed in for a class on any of those 3 Fridays, make sure you're prepared to be both judged and be a judge. To register, you go to games.crossfit.com, pick Brio as your affiliate, pay your $20. We'll see you on the leaderboard.